Mike Mills, you've done it again, bitch. Constantly raising the bar for everyone and doing it flawlessly. I mean, I just don't know how you do it, man. Hi, my name is Charles, and today on my channel, I'm going to be talking about the new movie, Come On, from Mike Mills, starring Joaquin Phoenix, Gabby Hoffman, Woody Norman, Scoot McNairy, and also shout out to Jabuki White. He's not in the movie that much, but he's in there, and I'm just like, ooh, good for you, baby. Good for you. If you don't know, Come On is the story of a documentary filmmaker who has to go and take care of his sister's son because his sister has to deal with like her husband who's having like a thing, like he's not well, so she has to go and help take care of him. So basically the movie is about Joaquin Phoenix's character like taking care of his nephew while trying to get this documentary done. First off, I gotta say I'm a huge fan of Mike Mills' other works. I mean, Beginners and 20th Century Women are two of my favorite movies. I mean, I like Beginners more than 20th Century Women, but I think both are just fantastic movies, and I really believe they both should have gotten more love at the Oscars. I mean, Beginners got that supporting actor win for Christopher Plummer, and it's a deserved win, but that should have gotten an original screenplay nomination. And then when it comes to 20th Century Women, it got the screenplay nom, but it also should have gotten an Oscar nomination for Annette Bening because she was doing the work. And I probably would have given something out to maybe Greta Gerwig or Billy Crudup for supporting. I'm just saying, I'm just saying. So it's been 5 years since, Mike Mills' last movie. And with Come On, I felt it was a very touching movie. It was very moving at times, very beautiful. When it comes to the cinematography being, the movie being in black and white, I was like, is this needed? Is this really needed? Because I feel like a lot of days with movies like Belfast, they're just like, let's put in black and white because, movies like The Artist and Roma have really catapulted us to, use black and white cinematography again to make our movies seem more artistic. And, I just don't feel like some movies need to be in black and white. But with this one, I felt like it was right. It made the movie feel a little bit more timeless, even though they're using cell phones and all that throughout the movie. The writing from Mike Mills is, once again, very great, but compared to his other movies, I do feel like this one, story-wise, is weaker. I mean, I just think about Beginners and 20th Century Women, and I always cry when I watch those movies, or even if I think about them and specific scenes in them. But with Come On, I was in the theaters and I was like, I really like what's going on, but I just don't feel like I don't feel the rush of emotions that I did when I watched those other two movies from Mike. I was always on the verge of tears, but never tears happened. Especially when the scene in the movie toward the end, the I won't remember scene, Gabby Hoffman was crying and I almost cried with her, but then I just couldn't cry. And my mind thought to myself, what is going on here? Like, all the ingredients to, like, really feel all the emotions are in this movie, but yet, I'm not feeling it as strongly as I did with Mike's other movies. Personally, I just think I just need to rewatch this movie in my house, but, for now, I'm just like, this movie just pales in comparison to, Beginners and 20th Century Women. Even though the RT score of this movie is higher than the RT scores of both 20th Century Women and Beginners, it's weird because Beginners is the lowest, and then 20th Century Women is like the second highest, and then Come On is the highest of Mike's movies. And it's like, okay, I mean, sure, if that's what y'all think. I really do think that everything about this movie is pretty extraordinary. I mean, the writing, I still need to rewatch the movie to really think if the, writing for the movie is like really like extraordinary. But when it comes to the acting from Joaquin Phoenix and Gabby Hoffman in particular, I was just like, ooh, I want both these people to be nominated for Oscars, but I just don't know. I mean, both the actor race and supporting actress race are both so tight at the moment. I mean, especially for Best Supporting Actress, it's like the battle of the mom characters in that category this year, and I'm pretty sure Katrina Balfe is gonna walk away with it because her performance in Belfast is really good. Like, she has like 3 scenes in that movie, and an extra scene and a half because during Jamie Dornan's Everlasting Love, like, singing moment, she kind of co-opts it with her dancing and her, like, nice looks. So, Katrina Balfe is, like, pretty much in the bag for a win, and I love her, so I'm not mad. But I would like to see Gabby Hoffman get a nomination because she was just really good in this movie, and I think we need to appreciate Gabby Hoffman more. But when it comes to Joaquin Phoenix, I do think he should get the nomination, but the Academy has snubbed him so many times when it comes to his work that's more gentle and not as showy. I mean, they didn't even nominate him for Her, and I'm still angry about that because Her should have been a nomination and probably should have been his Oscar win because I'm kind of salty about his Joker win because I really don't believe he deserved to win for Joker. But, the Academy, they were like, yes, Joker. And I was like, okay, Jester, clown, sure. I honestly, I really just do like Joaquin Phoenix when he's doing more subtle work. Or if he's gonna be showy, then be the master showy, where it's like, this is some intense acting. And it's like, how did you do that? Because the Joker, I just, mm. No. I'm hearing buzz that this movie is in contention to get a Best Picture nomination at the Oscars this year, and I would very much like that to happen because I do think that this is a pretty moving movie. And right now, as of right now anyway, Belfast is like the predicted like front runner for the Best Picture race. And honestly, even though I said like this movie isn't as good as Beginners or 20th Century Women, and that I kind of felt like a little emotionally off with this movie, like I wasn't quite there while watching. I do think this movie is way better than Belfast, but the Academy is just like, ooh, Belfast. And it's like, that movie was good, but not great like Come On, Come On. Because so far, Come On is the best movie in the Oscar like running for Best Picture that I've seen so far. I mean, I love Spencer, but that's not gonna get a nomination for Best Picture. And if it did, I'd be rooting for that, but it's not. So right now, I'm just like, let's get Come On, that Best Picture nomination, y'all. But yeah, other than Best Picture, I would like to see this movie get nominations, as I said, for Joaquin and Gabby. Some people think that the kid Woody Norman should get a nomination for Best Supporting Actor, and I don't know. The Best Supporting Actor right now, the race for that category this season is pretty like, who knows who's going to be in that category. I mean, are we going to get both Belfast boys? Are we going to get someone from Mass, Isaac, Jason Isaac from that movie? Uh, are we going to get a Troy Kotzer from Coda? That category is just wild right now. And when it comes to Woody Norman, I thought he was good in Come On, but I just don't think he's like doing like something for a kid that is still like extraordinary to compete with like adult actors. I mean, he's not Jacob Tremblay in Room, who should have been like, they campaigned him in supporting, but he should have been lead because I feel like he probably would have gone in lead because he was the lead of that movie in Room. Let's not erase history, but like when it comes to kid actors, I'm all for them competing for Oscars. I really don't like this whole let's bring back a juvenile like Oscar because I just think that there are kids who can act circles around like adult actors, and you just need to campaign them and be like, yeah, why not give them the Oscar or at least the nomination if they deserve to? I mean, I'm pretty sure Anna Paquin was the last like kid to like win an Oscar, so for Best Supporting for The Piano, which deserved, yes. Winona Ryder and the other women in that category that year are still fumming about that. Yeah, as I said, I want this movie to get Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Original Screenplay, because I do think that even though this screenplay compares to Mike's other ones, it's still a pretty great one, and it should get nominated. And I also think that the score from, the Desner brothers, Bryce and Aaron, should get nominated because the score really did a lot for this movie. It really made me feel moved a lot throughout the movie. So I think it should get a nomination. I mean, I've been listening to the score the whole day today. It's only 30 minutes, the score that they put up. So yeah, I've been listening to it a lot because it really is just a soothing score that really does make me feel emotions. It's really just beautiful. Honestly, my favorite parts of this movie were when they interviewed the children, because the children, it honestly did not seem scripted. I'm pretty sure they just asked the kids like the questions outright like the characters do. And I just thought these kids were super insightful and really show that they are in touch with what's going on, not only in their community, but around what's going on in America. And I was just like, man, I know it's a cliche when people are like, children are the future, but it is true. Children are the future, especially these children with like technology and all that shit. I mean, when I was growing up, I had dial-up internet, and like smartphones weren't a thing for me until like I think middle school, and I didn't even get one until I was in college. So I just passed the grading scale of grew up with technology. But these kids, they know a lot and they clearly are on top of it. So I'm just like, bravo, kids. And those interviews with the kids, a lot of them made me feel emotional at certain points. Certain interviews just made me be like, wow, I understand that. So, oh my God. All the interviews with the kids in this movie were fantastic. And I really did like how Woody Norman's character like did a little interview about himself at the end. It wasn't like a long thing, but I knew that he was gonna like record something at the end by the end of the movie. I was like, he has to. Anyways, Come On is a great movie, and if you can watch it and it's playing in the theaters near you, you should totally watch it because, as I said, it's a great movie. It deserves to be seen. I don't know if it's theater worthy for everyone, but I personally love watching movies in theaters, so I always watch them anyways in theaters. But as I said, if it's around you playing, go watch it because it deserves to be seen and, it should be supported because small movies deserve support, y'all, not just blockbusters. Also, if a lot more people watch this movie and it gets a lot more Oscar nominations, then maybe it won't be another like 5 years before Mike Mills makes another movie because I'm pretty sure the gap between, beginners and 20th century women was like 5 years. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm gonna look it up right now. I was wrong. The gap between beginners and 20th century women is 6 years, and then the gap between 20th century women and Come On is 5. So we need to like give this movie love. That way, maybe, just maybe, Mike will make a movie in like the next 3 years, or maybe even 4, not 5 or 6, because I just think that Mike Mills is a brilliant director and writer. So my mind's like, come on, y'all. Let's encourage him. Maybe even somehow give him inspiration in a way, somehow. That way he can make another movie because I want another one from him. Anyways, those were just some of my thoughts on the movie Come On, Come On. I mean, it's been a while since I've done a movie review, so this is probably a mess, but it's whatever. It's whatever. I've been out because I've been feeling a little bit in the past few months, so I needed a break. So getting back into the swing of reviewing movies is going to be interesting. So you'll see. If you keep watching with me, you'll see how messy this is going to be. So tell me down below in the comments what you guys thought of Come On if you've already seen it. And if you haven't seen it, y'all should go see it, as I said, because it's great. And maybe you'll cry during the movie because I didn't cry, but I heard like the 2 other people in the theater that I was seeing it in were kind of sniffling. So I was like, he got y'all. He got y'all. And also, once again, support small movies because they deserve a lot more support than blockbusters because blockbusters make out just fine, but small movies like this deserve support, you guys. Well, thanks for coming to my channel and watching this whole movie review, and yeah, I'll see you guys around the next video if you're here for that. So until then, I'm gonna go now. So yes, bye.